Hello and welcome to this very special video on Tom's Comedy Club. It's his first time doing stand-up. Please don't give a round of applause to Tom Mason! I told you not to give a round of applause. Hello and welcome to my first ever stand-up comedy set piece. What you would ever call this. This is like a commemoration of stuff I find funny that I perform in a stand-up manner such as this. And when I came to write this, I had I'll tell you that again, no idea what to write at all. And I didn't know what type of comedy I wanted to do. Did I want to do the standard stories, the one-liners, or the Dave Gorman slides? So it's like a Jimmy Carr one-liner, like Tim Vine, and then the story-driven comedians, like a lot of them. And so I thought I'll bring together some stories of me and some news stories I have found that I thought were hilarious and some other bits and bobs. Right, let's get into it. A lot of these articles are from around the world, so you better believe there's a lot of silly things happening around the world. So, a firefighter removed embarrassed raccoon from Georgian home in America. Yes, embarrassed raccoon. Like, as in, the raccoon that became famous because of Guardians of the Galaxy. Why would a raccoon be embarrassed? It's not like he's got stuck in a tree and all his friends are in the next tree laughing at him. As the firefighter brings him down, it's not like, ha ha ha, you're being brought down, ha ha ha, and like, ooh, ooh. It's not like that's going to happen because you wouldn't expect. I mean, you look at badgers and you think, ha ha, badgers are funny. Oh, what is Badger going to get up to? But then when you watch videos and the badgers are like, ah, ah. Not as funny as the Badger song, Badger, Badger, Badger. How random. We move on to our second story. Homing pigeon can't find their home. And if you don't know what homing pigeon is, well, pigeons that learn how to find their way home. And it's not like they don't get trained for that. Like, I can't find my way home. And then they go home. And here's a story that you'll only read in the Mirror. Yes, the British newspaper, the Mirror. This is the only story you'll ever read in the Mirror. Literally, right? The Mirror sometimes predict Doctor Who stuff and TV stuff, but also churn out some weirdness, such as this article. Runaway tortoise missing for a whole year, found just half a mile away from the home. Yes. Soak that in for a second, guys. Soak that in. Yes. Soak that in again. Half a mile. Remember that? Half a mile. That's not a long distance. That's not a long distance. You know tortoises, tortoisei, is it tortoises or is it tortoisei? Who knows? Tortoises don't walk that fast. And so the person who'd lost it must not walk hard enough to be like, oh, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? No, don't see you. Don't see you at all. 1 year later, oh, there you are. Have you been there all this time? Just like, yes, I have been here the whole time. Because they're very slow creatures. Now, let's move on to more comedy. High five. Then after that, I saw an article. I thought to myself, why not just stick to something I know? So I'm going to tell you a few stories now of my life, which are hilarious. When I was younger, I was in and out of hospital, right? And for the same reason. But when you're a small child, from my experience, when you're a small child, they try and get you to play a game. So before They would test out what game I would want to play. To play this hairdresser game. It wasn't that good. I still play it sometimes. But it's like you have to just cut the hair. I normally just made the characters bald, or I give them the most hair known to man. But I was going to go into the hospital and they were putting the anaesthetic in to put you to sleep. And they wanted to distract you because then you don't feel the pain of the needle going in. And so the nurse is like, oh, you're really good at this. And it's like a digital version of Where's Wally. And then that's all I remember. But I've never found the game since. It's like, where could this game be? Digital Where's Wally? Because it's like, in America it's Where's Waldo, so it's not like you can easily find the app. It's not just me that's had funny things happen to me in my life. My dad took me and my brother to his office, which wasn't that far, and it was like a really freezing day outside. And he drops his phone and he goes to pick it up. And this is outside his office and the door's open. It's like a weekend, I think. Must have been. And he falls out. And me and my brother are sat in the back. I think I'm quite young at that point. We're howling laughing in the back of the car. And he's not forgotten that since. Similar story to that. When I was a lot younger, we went to London. Because I had never been to London at that point. And we were on the tube. And my brother and my dad are like in front, like behind me. And I'm in front, and this bloke just turns his back, and every time he turns his back, his whole bag just smacks me in the face. He turns back again and smacks me in the face again. And obviously, family aren't going to go, are you alright? They're just going to stand there and laugh. To be fair, looking back at it, it is really funny, but in the moment, I thought it was quite odd. I still think it's funny now. And I think, what I do think, because I love TV and I've been thinking about this forever, but wouldn't it be really good if your whole life was narrated by the cast of Seriously Trapped? So the woman, and she'll say, Tom, you are the saboteur. Your task is to knock over all the tomatoes off that shelf without anyone noticing. And that would just be hilarious. And it would be funny. What else is funny is I was thinking to myself, I wonder what Neighbours is up to, which is an Australian soap. So I went on to watch it and then heard that there was and then one of the characters said, oh, would you be able to just bring Asda over to me? I'm thinking, Asda? And it was a baby. I'm thinking, is it brother Tesco and Morrison's? That really weirded me out. I was confused, but then I googled it, and Australia does have their own Asda, so I don't know whether it was a brand deal. I don't know. Very odd. And now this has been fun. In my first ever stand-up gig. Would you call it a gig? Stand-up video, would I say? I've had a lot of fun. It has been approximately about 3 minutes. And I'm breaking the mould because normally they're 5 minutes. And yeah, I've had so much fun. Hopefully I can do this again. Thank you. Good night.